The biting wind whipped off the Hardangervidda plateau, stinging Astrid's cheeks as she shivered, pulling her threadbare scarf tighter. The setting sun bled across the snow-dusted peaks, painting the landscape in hues of bruised purple and ominous orange. She hadn't seen a car in over an hour, and the gnawing fear in her stomach was a far cry from the hunger she'd been trying to ignore. She'd been running for 3 days, ever since the whispers started, the knowing glances, the chilling realization that they knew. They knew what she'd done, or more accurately, what she hadn't done. A pair of headlights finally pierced the gloom. Astrid straightened, forcing a smile that felt brittle and false. The car, a hulking black Audi, slowed to a stop beside her. The driver, a man with eyes as cold and gray as the glacial meltwater, leaned across the passenger seat. "Need a ride?" His voice was a low rumble, barely audible over the wind. Astrid hesitated. Something about him felt wrong, deeply wrong. But the alternative was freezing to death on this desolate stretch of highway. "Yes, please. To Galo, if you're going that way." He nodded, a curt, almost predatory movement. "Get in." The interior of the car was stifling, reeking of stale cigarettes and something else, something metallic and unsettling. Astrid buckled her seatbelt, her fingers trembling. As they drove, the man remained silent, his gaze fixed on the road ahead. The only sound was the hum of the engine and the rhythmic swish of the wipers against the gathering snow. Astrid tried to make conversation, asking about the weather, the road conditions, anything to break the oppressive silence. He answered in monosyllables, his eyes never leaving the road. A knot of dread tightened in her chest. Then he spoke, his voice flat and devoid of emotion. "They're looking for you, Astrid." Her breath hitched. How did he know her name? Panic clawed at her throat. I don't know what you're talking about." He chuckled, a dry, rasping sound. "Don't play coy. They know you ran. They know what you did." He pulled the car onto the shoulder, the tires crunching on the icy gravel. The engine died, plunging them into near silence, broken only by the mournful howl of the wind. "Get out," he said, his voice barely a whisper. Astrid's heart hammered against her ribs. She fumbled with the door handle, her fingers numb with fear. As she stumbled out into the swirling snow, she saw it, a glint of metal in his hand, reflecting the last dying light. A hunting knife. She ran. She ran as fast as her frozen limbs would carry her, the snow stinging her face, the wind screaming in her ears. Behind her, she heard the crunch of his boots in the snow, the relentless pursuit. She was trapped, alone on a desolate mountain highway, hunted by a stranger who knew her secrets, a stranger determined to ensure she couldn't escape her fate. The Norwegian wilderness, beautiful and unforgiving, had become her prison, her tomb.